round of 16 we go now over in the Europa League with the big boys back. That's right, Manchester United, Rangers, who else? Olympiakos are all back in the thick of things. Who will get the upper hand in the first legs? We're going to take a look at that next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video today. It's all about the last 16 in the Europa League, who, of course, will get the upper hand in this two-legged affair. We're going to get into all of that and more in a second. If you're new where you've been, smash your subscribe and your one-stop shop for Europa League, Blabbing Rovers, World Football. We're going to all hear under our Ruski. That's right. Of course, I have ruled out. I've completely missed them. Lazio are back. Who else? Roma are back. Goodness gracious me. Ajax, Eintracht, Frankfurt. It's a heavy, heavy stacked Europa League last 16. Who will get those upper hands? We'll take a look at those in a minute. Big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. That's right, guys and girls. So what we're going to do now, though, is revisit those Europa League playoffs. Second legs, bring you bang up to date with that. And then, of course, showcase you who made it through to the last 16. So sit tight, hold on, away we go. All right, then, folks, it's time to go back to the last time around, the old last 60 playoffs. It was playoff second legs, and these were those. That's right. Results in the black font, my predictions in the white. Viktoria Plzeň coming out top with a 3-0 win over Fenerbahçe. I'm on with a 1-0 win. Meanwhile, Bodø Glimt against 20. What a game that was. 5-2 on the night. They went to extra time. I went with a 3-1 win. Meanwhile, St. Louise did beat Ajax 2-1. I went with a 3-0 win. Galatasaray and AZ Alkmaar duked out to a 2-2 draw. 3-0 was my prediction. Meanwhile, Sociedad, my boys, 2-0 winners over Midtjylland. I went with a 5-2 win. Slovan Bucharest did beat PAOK 2-0. Got the one bang on the nose. Anderlecht did draw with Fenerbahçe. I went with a 2-1 win. Meanwhile, Roma came out top with a 3-2 win over Porto. I went with a 2-0 win as well. So, you know, take from that from what you will. What I'm going to do now, though, is showcase you what went on in the Super Brew. Here it is, folks. Look at that. Kicking ass to take names. Arm top bins alongside Macca with 7 points. Lem Richard is in bronze with KP 21, Hans Wurst, and Gala 1905. If you see your name in there, please smash your like. It is a bit of a tight contest. I am in the bronze medal in this one, but I get coming into this with the yellow jersey. Summer 2018 took a wooden spoon, so a good chance for us to come in here and challenge. That's right. But it could all change very, very soon in this one. Alrighty, folks, there we are now left with these guys. These are the 16 clubs that will make it out into the official round of 16. I'm going to take a look at them one by one. Of course, we've got AZ Alkmaar taking on Tottenham. We have Ajax up against Frankfurt. Bodø Glimt, we're going to take on Olympiakos. We've got Viktoria Plzeň up against Lazio. Fenerbahçe up against Rangers. Roma against Bilbao. We have Slovan Bucharest against Lyon. And we have Sociedad against Manchester United. That's right. We're going to start with a trip to the Dutchlands. AZ Alkmaar up against Tottenham at the EFS Stadion. Of course, AZ Alkmaar, managed by the coolest name in town. It is Martin Martins. They have got finished 19th in the table with just 11 points. They are unbeaten in the last 6 up against the Tottenham side, who'd finished 4th, 17 points. They've won 3 and they've lost 3 of the last 6. Now, these two sides have played once, and it was in this year's Europa competition, and it was a 1-0 win for Spurs in London. That's right. So they'll play a further twice, including one here. AZ Alkmaar on the back of that 1-0 win over Sociedad, of course. Fortuna Sociedad in the Eredivisie. Manchester City on the back of that 1-0 win over Tottenham. The odds for this one, if I can see it, 9-4 is your AZ, 22-19 is your Tottenham, quite close there. 14-5 is the draw. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Spurs on this one, and this is it. This all comes down to Ange Postecoglou. If he wins this competition, then he'll probably be in next season. If he doesn't, it could be a miserable, could be an interesting summer, should we say. Meanwhile, Ajax, they're going to be taking on Eintracht Frankfurt, also in the Dutchlands. That's right, Francesco Varioli. Ajax finishing 12th in the competition, 13 points for them. They've won 5 of the last 6. Now 83% form for them right now. Frankie, though, under Top Muller, they are finished 5th in the old Europa League table. They're just 1 win in the last 6. Of course, just they have played each other once. It was a friendly, but we're not going to look into it too much. Bayern did beat Frankfurt 4-0 last time around. Ajax picking up a 2-0 win over go-ahead Eagles. They're taking on Alkmaar this weekend in the Eredivisie. Frankie taking on Leverkusen, a bit of a spicy game there. The odds for this one, Ajax 8-5 for the victory, 17-10 is your Frankie, 27-10 is the draw. I am going with, I think, the Dutchies on this one, 2-0 winners. This could be one here, guys. And don't forget this, the way this looks on the screen now, this is the bracket. This is the bracket. So if Spurs win and Ajax win over the 2 legs, we're going to have a repeat of that sexy semi-final in the Champions League a couple of years back. Meanwhile, we'll go to Bodø Glimt, a.k.a. Norway, that's right. Taking on Olympiakos. This match will take place over at the Aspera Stadion, that's right. Bodø Glimt under Kajul Knutsen, 9th at the table, 14 points for the season, just one win. So one defeat in the last 4 up against Olympiakos. Jose Mendamba, of course, finishing 7th with Olympiakos. They've won 5 out of the last 6, 92% form for them. Never played each other, according to my data. Olympiakos on the back of a 6-0 win over AEK Athens in the Super League, actually in the Super Cup or whatever it is, semi-final, Greek Cup. That's right. But Glimt on the back of that 5-2 win over Enskede. The next match is this one. Olympiakos will then take on Athens this weekend in a repeat of that cup match. Meanwhile, the odds for this one, Bodø Glimt are 6-5 for the victory, 23-10 is your away win. Olympiakos 13-5 is the draw. Norwegians always prove to be this team is a sticky wicket here. I'm going with a 3-1 win in the first leg, which means Olympiakos got to raise their game in the second. Let's go to another tricky one. Viktoria Plzeň. That's right, taking on a Lazio side, coming at you over at the Dusan Arena. Plzeň and Miroslav Kubicic. They finished 16th in the table with 12 points for the campaign. They've won 3 and they've lost 3. Up against Lazio, Marco Baroni, they're top of the pops. They finished tops, 19 points for them, but they're winless in the last 3. They haven't played each other, according to my data. Plzeň, though, on the back of that 3-1 loss to Slavia Prague. They're going to take it on Silin in the Slovenian Cup. That's actually happening on the 27th. They'll take on Mladen Boleslav this weekend in the top flight in Serbia? Slovenia? Meanwhile, Lazio on the back of a 2-0 loss to the Internazionale in the Coppa Italia quarterfinals. They'll be taking on Milan this weekend in a very, very busy part of the season for them. The odds for this one, Plzeň 31-10 for the victory, 14-13 on is your Lazio, 36-13 is the draw. Another sticky one, this one. Going to go with the draw here, point apiece. Well, not point apiece, a goal apiece. And makes it important into the second leg. So that's where I'm going. Meanwhile, we're going to go to Turkey. It's Fenerbahçe under Jose Mourinho up against a managerless, in fact, not managerless, Barry Ferguson's Rangers. That's right, of course. Clement fired after that shit show in the week last time around. This will take place at the Suku Saragu Stadium. Fenerbahçe under Jose Mourinho did finish 24th in the table. They did 10 points for the campaign. They're unbeaten in at least the last 6 up against Rangers, who've lost twice in the last 6, and they finished 8th in the table. They're coming into this on the back of that 4-2 win over Kilmarnock just the other day. Taking on Motherwell this weekend. They're expected to win that game. Fenerbahçe on the back of that 4-1 win over Gaziantep. They're expected to play Atlantaspor this weekend. Expected to win that one as well. The odds for this one, what are we looking at? We are looking at Fenerbahçe 13-11 on, 57-17 is your Rangers, 56-19. Such weird odds is your draw here. I'm going with a 3-1 win. Fenerbahçe taking it to the house. Barry Ferguson's Rangers taking a big fat L. Let's go to Roma. That's right. They take on Athletic Bilbao. Probably one of the spicier, more sexier games of this round of 16. Roma under Claudio Ranieri finishing 15th for the table, 12 points for the campaign. They're unbeaten in at least the last 5. Against Bilbao under Ernesto Valverde, finishing second in the group or in the league, 19 points for the season. They played each other twice to 2019, but both of those ended up as a draw. The only competitive one was actually this season in the Europa League in Rome back in September, ended up all square. Roma on the back of that 4-1 of a Monza, back-to-back goals, games. They've scored 7 goals in the last 2. Taking on Como this weekend. Bilbao are back on the back of a 7-1 win over Valladolid. They're taking on Atletico this weekend in a spicy little game as well. The odds for this one, Roma 13-10 for the victory, 44-19 is your Bilbao, 5-2 is the draw. This one could go either way, really could. I think I am going with a draw. That's right, point apiece. Just don't know. I think Roma were good to get here. Of course, beating a spicy Porto. But Bilbao are something else. Meanwhile, we're going to go to FCSB. They're taking on Lyon, of course, over in Romania. FCSB managed by Elias Chamalomoulos, the Cypriot, finishing in 11th in the table, 14 points for the campaign. They won 5 on the spin up against the Lyon side under Paulo Fonseca, finishing in 6th in this table. They've only won twice, though, in the last 6. They played each other 4 times since 2006. 3 wins for Lyon, nothing for FCSB. There's been 1 draw between the two sides. Last time they played in Romania, we had an 8-goal thriller. 5-3 it was for Lyon, way back in October 2008. The last time around for Steaua Bucharest was a 2-1 win over Dynamo Bucharesti. Lyon losing to PSG last time around. The odds, though, coming at you right here, right now. We have 3-1 for the hosts, 14-13 on is your Lyon, 14-5 is the draw. Shame on those guys. I'm backing the hosts here, 2-1 winners to give the upper hand into the first leg. And then we'll go to a bit of a cranker, absolute Bobby Dazzler. We have Sociedad, my boys, over in Spain. Up against Manchester United, of course, from the Premier League. Sociedad under Emmanuel Iglesias, they finish in 13th in this group. They lost twice at the last 6. 6 up against United under Ruben Amorim. They've won 3 times at the last 6, 58% form for them. They do finish in 3rd in this league structure. They played Sociedad 6 times in 2013. They've won 3, lost 1, and there's been 2 draws. Last time around in Spain, back in November 2022, it was a 1-0 win for Manchester United, who coming into this on the back of that 5-goal Bobby does against Ipswich Town. Sociedad did lose to Real Madrid in the Coupe del Rey semi-finals just the other day. They're going to take on Barcelona this weekend in what is proving to be a crucial part of the season. Manchester United taking on Fulham as well in the FA Cup. The odds right here, right now. Sociedad to 50-11 for the victory. 94 is your Manchester United. 23-10 is the draw. I'm going with another draw here. 1-1 in the night, which makes it a spicy game for the second legs. Make sure you get your predictions in, of course, using the link down in the description. We'll come back for that very, very soon. But until then, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. Until then, we are done.